What is going on, y'all? Cyprospectus GeoFux here, and in this video, 100 is the new 50. That's right, you heard it from me. $100 is the new $50 in this day and age. I mean, you really are not getting much with 50 bucks. Depending on where you're going, because like I've been making videos about this. So, in my hometown, you know, it is relatively affordable, but it's becoming less and less affordable over time. A lot of us have started noticing this the past 3 years or so. And then over the past year, it's just been astronomically becoming more and more unaffordable in a place that historically has been low cost of living. So there's places in my downtown area where if you're getting a meal and a drink, say an alcoholic beverage, liquor, beer, and a meal, you're looking at about anywhere, well, say you get a mixed drink, for example. You get a mixed liquor, drink, and a meal. You're looking at about $30 right then and there, where 10 years ago, that would have been 20. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's not that expensive. It is when the wages and salaries don't reflect the fact that it's jumped up $10. You know, we're still being paid like it's 10 years ago. So, you feel me? So, that's where the problem ultimately lies, is that people's wages and salaries are low and stagnant and have not kept up with the cost of living and doesn't take in consideration the price gouging, inflation that is going on, right? Because you're basically telling people that they need to work 2 hours straight to go out to eat if they're making $15 an hour. And then keep in mind, in my area, you still got people offering jobs at $11 an hour. I've seen a job at $10.50, $9.50, $10.50 an hour. So, again, that person has to work over 2 hours to go out to eat and to have a mixed drink. Where 10 years ago, that was a $20, if that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then if you calculate, say you paying for somebody else, you going on a date, you're looking at $60 to $70 plus tip. And that's providing that person only wants one drink. There's no appetizers and you're just getting that meal. So, 100 has become the new $50. These dates, going out to eat, leaving the house, stepping outside of your front porch or your front door, stepping to the sidewalk is $50. Going onto the actual street is 100. Like, seriously, it's ridiculous out here. So that's why, in my opinion, $100 is the new $50. It has, the value is just not there. That $100 is not stretching. You know, like Foreman meals, stretch those bills. Like, that $100 bill is not stretching fur at all. I mean, seriously. Used to be a time you got I remember getting $150 every 2 weeks in 2010, right? And anywhere between $150 to $377 every 2 weeks, depending on what my shift was, how many hours. And then also, in all fairness and respect, my mom, in 2010 through about 2012 was giving me $150 every 2 weeks because she wanted me to focus on my schooling. Meanwhile, I still had a part-time job. That was something I refused to give up. Like, I've been working since I was 16, and they were mad at me. I'm not gonna say mad, but they didn't necessarily approve of me working because it was always education, school. And I'm sitting up here looking back. I'm glad that I started working because I have yet to see on a personal level, I have yet to see how go to school, get a degree, education has paid off. It has not. I'm in debt because I went to school. So, anyways, that's a whole nother video. But $100, y'all. You go to the Dollar General and you might have 4 items in your basket, and it could be 50, 60 bucks. So, ooh, gas finally came down, y'all, from $3.99 to $3.89. 10 cents lower. But again, it's just like what I've been saying. I think a lot of people need to realize that. Like, the cost of living has gone up significantly. And while they keep saying inflation has gone down to about the 3% range or so, the prices have not gone down. We're still being price gouged. And that's why I've been saying for the past year, inflation is just a nice way of saying price gouging. And I think people need to just be real, because all of this is made up. And it's like people have a hard time with admitting that this is made up. But it is. All of this is made up. They arbitrarily had just decided, hey, we're going to charge 2 to 3 times more for the same product and services. And in many cases, not only is it the same product and services, but they've reduced the amount of the product that you're buying. They reduce the amount of effort and work that the service is providing. So actually, you're paying 2 to 3 times more for less. Less quantity and less services. You know, everything is an upcharge for something that used to just be 3+ years ago. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you know, we're just being scammed at this point. I mean, it's just blatant highway robbery. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. If everything else, you know, goods, services, products, what have you, have gone up 2 to 3 times, how come our wages and salaries have not gone up 2 to 3 times? I don't get how anybody can sit up here and not see how this is a problem.